Guys, we have a lot of changes to read. Okay, so we have the patch notes. We got to keep up to date. A healthy mind is a healthy kind. You know what I'm trying to say? Stay informed, okay? I'm patching anyway right now. Okay, patch notes. Patch notes. I was really disappointed with this. I was really disappointed with almost all of this. The system changes I wanted weren't there. But then I looked and we got edged a little bit, teased a little bit with a Gore Drinker reintroduction. But guys, that's fake. Gore Drinker's not back. They were gonna bring back Gore Drinker and then they decided not to. It even had 50 AD. That's a disaster, isn't it? Man, fuck, dude. Give me 1 second. It's been a while. We haven't japed in a while, chat. We haven't japed in a while. Let's jape a little bit, you know what I mean? Bro, why am I my sound settings, please? Please play through my headset. Oh, bro, I can't. Can you please? Please? There we go. Okay, guys, can you hear audio? Yes, hey, you can't buff him like that. You can't buff him early game. You can't do that. Okay. Support items, don't care. Jungle items, don't... I do care. I'm a support main now. Can only be pushed by the player in the support role. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait, pause the music. Bardinet is 07. Support items can now only be purchased by players in the support role. What? Oh my god. Wait, there's no way. 07, everyone. 07. Yo, that's crazy. 07. Okay. Guys, look, all that matters is this, bro. It's a start, chat. It's a start. It's a start. All our pissing and crying and whining on the floor. Biscuit nerfs. Now, early game, it's still going to be kind of fine. Early game is still going to be kind of fine. But we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, yeah. It's still a 120... Wait. Oh, it's a 100 heal now. But, yeah. This rune was so beyond busted. I am so amazed it took this long. But basically what they're doing is taking the power of the missing health heal. And now people won't save cookies for team fights later on. Hello, user Ruru. Hello, Miggly. Hello, Boom. What up? Hello, Rexan. Ugh. All right, but they're nerfing the heal basically. But early game, it'll still heal 125, I think, max, based on your missing health. 0 to 100 based on 0 to 70% health missing. So, it looks like biscuits later on are dead. Maybe people won't take it early game because they'll be like, ugh, it got nerfed. I'm hoping people will take it less early game. I'm really hoping. All right, bounties. 300 at all levels. Wait, what? Wait, they're giving bounties level scaling? Chat, why are they giving bounties level scaling? Wait, this just nerfs people who get more XP. This just nerfs solo laners and buffs bot lane and jungle. Wait, but this is just... Why? Why wouldn't you just... Wait, so when supports get their 10th death, they're still worth nothing. For fuck's sake. Well, it's a buff to me right now. Okay. Man, and when I'm a Giga Juggernaut, top lane, farming perma, level 18. Alright, Atacon changes. Atacon base AD up by 25. Now, I hope... Okay, listen up. Do you guys want me to spit some truth bombs? Okay, listen up. Atacon is too hard to take for the majority of the player base. It is. It is. And now you could argue, let's let people... Let's let people learn over time that Atacon is hard to take and then don't nerf the difficulty. That's fine. That's an argument. But it's been 4 months, and people still into Atacon as soon as it spawns. I think it's not intuitive how strong Atacon is for when it spawns. You know what I mean, good chat? Like, I think when it spawns, it's too strong for the timer it spawns at. It's like, it does too much damage. It's like 16k HP. I think that could be fine if it's later on into the game it's that tanky and there's that much damage. But like early on, there's pretty much never a justification to start it, which means it's kind of pointless. The only thing that happens when people start it in most elos is that they just int. Anyway, that's my take on Atacon. I think it's just not intuitive. I think it's hard to learn for the majority of the player base when to take it because it's not intuitive, because it's too tanky and too much damage for the timer it spawns at. I think early game objectives should be weaker. That's why grubs are so weak to take early. That's why Rift Herald is weak to take early. But then you go from... Guys, just think about it. Rift Herald spawns, and Rift Herald is pissed to take. Bro, you can solo it playing with one hand. Atacon spawns 5 minutes later. What? What is the jump in difficulty in that 5 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Anyway, that's just my point. Base 11. Okay, so more bonus ADs. So the autos will hit harder, I guess. So if you have a single person tanking. So okay, my assumption now is that they're buffing the single target damage of Atacon, and then they're nerfing the AoE. Is that correct? Let's see. You can't dodge Herald damage? Yes, you can. Guys, you can dodge Herald autos. What are you talking about? Herald... Guys, you can't? Wait, they've done... Wait, okay. This is big. This is something most people didn't know. Okay, this is something most people didn't know. Rift Herald didn't take damage from the person who was hitting it last. So, if you hit Herald, then your next attack did half damage. So what you needed to do was alternate hits between allies. And that's why I always made time to go help my jungler, because it doubled the speed at which you take Herald, legitimately. If you're soloing Herald, it takes too long. They're getting rid of that, so you can now solo Herald. That's interesting. Sorry, yeah, let's start line by line. That's interesting. Okay, base 11.5 to 10 to 180, 207 current. Okay, so they're nerfing the current scaling and they're nerfing the base damage. So the AoE spells, well, the ring spell, which does that much damage, honestly, nothing else really does that much damage. That's being nerfed. So the AoE is nerfed, single target's down. Okay, killing Atacon now only spawns in Thornbound form. Okay, so Ruinous and Voracious are gone. Guys, everyone, Ruinous and Voracious Atacon are gone. Goodbye. Oh, thank God, guys. I think Ruinous Atacon was the only one we're getting, and it was so cringe. Because Atacon, I already said, was so hard to take, and then you also had to take the petals after. Bro, you know there's an argument... Well, no, it was just true that if you stole Atacon, it didn't matter, because the enemy got, like, flowers anyway. Like, who cares, you know? Oh, anyway. Killing Atacon claims all the petals on the map. And gives your pet... What? Insta? Guys, have you ever played... Guys, have you ever played Vampire Survivors? Or any of these, like... I don't know what these roguelikes. I don't know if these are roguelikes. But, like, you pick up, like, a blue orb and it sucks in everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. Killing Atacon and 25% and more adapted force. In addition, there's 25%... to 25% other than massive roll. Okay, so they're just buffing Atacon when you take it, and you no longer have to farm petals. Nice. There's also data for a cancelled Rosebound form. I don't care about that. Okay, spawn time. I mean, Magnet, yeah, exactly. Guys. This is a nerf to Renekton. Renekton... It's fine. Renekton has the best level 6 in the game. Bye-bye, Renekton, yeah. Renekton has the best level 6 in the game, and a large part of the flowchart early is having a good condition with your level 6 to secure grubs every time it spawns. Because it's guaranteed. Your level 6 is the best in the game. Now, what this also does is it mismatches spawn timers with dragons. And what I mean by that is that before, dragons and grubs, you know, they could be cross-mapped and taken at a very similar time. But now it's going to be, and this is the same case as it was before, is a team will take dragon, and then they could move, like, swap everything to topside, then take grubs, and then the only cross-map potential that a team has is to take camps or dive the other side, rather than take a neutral objective. So this gets rid of cross-mapping early game, which makes, I suppose, early game, interesting. It's different now. It's back to how it used to be. Yep. Anyway, they're mismatching jungle neutral objective spawn timers, which is good. That's a really good thing for the game, I think. I think it's interesting. Anyway, no longer spawns a second set. There's only 3 grubs now to take, chat. Max stack 6 to 3, and now you gain. Wait, what? Void Might's 1 at 3 stacks. You only get 1 Void Might now. Stacks now scale non-linearly with stacks 1, 2, 3 granting 1 times 3 times 4 damage. The second stand okay, so getting 2 guys, this is the break point. Like 2 grubs is like what you really want, right? Like that looks like it. Of course. Bro, the team that gets 2 grubs and the team that gets 1, it's a significant advantage. Chat. This is a massive advantage. Nemesis says grubs are useless now? Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know what this means. Like, how much true damage is on the tower? What does that mean? Wait, no, Rexan, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I don't know how, like, I don't have the numbers here. All I know is that we've got 3 times 4 3 or, you know what I mean? 3 times what? How much is a stack of damage? I don't know. I don't know what this means. Like, I don't know how much damage this is. It doesn't say. Grubs are multiplicative. I thought it was a base damage on the true damage. So, like, when you hit the tower with 1 grub, like, current patch, you did, like, 6 true damage or something. Oh, it's 4 times the base. Okay. Okay. And is the first grub still the same damage as the first grub currently? Yes. Okay, that's what I didn't know, because... Okay. Okay. Well, then it does very little damage, no? I guess, okay, so this does a few things. Like, there's lots of macro you can do with, having more grubs, where you can, like, send 2 solo laners to 1 lane, and then just hit tower together. Like... Your cross maps are going to be weaker if you go play for grubs. But I don't know. I need to feel out the damage. Roses, XP down. Chat, this nerf supports. This nerf supports, chat. This nerf supports. Rift Herald spawn time. 16 minutes to 15 minutes. We could search 6, now you don't have to give 2 dragons to get 6 grubs. Yeah, because they mismatch the spawn time. It's interesting. It's interesting. No longer takes 0.5. That we've already talked about that. That's very good. Swipe total AD scaling. Wait, guys, Rift Herald just became a cannon minion, no? Am I misunderstanding, or is Rift Herald completely worthless now? It wasn't even hard to take before, and now you could solo it. Guys, I think junglers should be soloing this on spawn. Get 2 prior lanes, like fucking swap the top with your bot lane as well. Just, or do whatever, like you solo it so fast now. Nice. Anyway, lane swap detection, don't care. They change this every patch. I'm not getting into the weeds of it. Once they settle on something, I will understand. Chat, ignore the gore drinker stuff. That's a scrap concept from a while ago. No. Okay. 07. Well, that was interesting. How is LPL doing? Not bad. Okay, what else is there? YouTube patch notes. There we go. Patch notes. Okay, okay. So is patch out today, chat? Patch is out today. Chat, patch is out today. Go get your LP, yeah? So nerfs, Gwen, Lulu. Thank God. I knew a couple of Lulu abusers. Gwen nerfs. Yone nerfs, I'm really happy. Chat, I'm not going to lie. Can we check? Yeah, we'll get to Lulu changes and Syndra changes. I'm not going to lie. I have a... What's my account? Like, wait. Let me show you. What's my ELO right now? Okay, so my Ambessa account... Right, I'm learning Ambessa, right? It's going okay. It's taking a while, but I'm getting better at her. But I'm not going to lie. The amount I see Yone in Masters D1 is unreal. Everyone loves Yone in this ELO. Like, I'm against Yone every single game. I'm not going to lie. Please? I'll get there. I'll get there. Guys, why exclamation mark needy? Catsaurus. Catsaurus. Okay. Happy with Lulu nerfs, happy with Gwen nerfs, happy with Yone nerfs. Yorick jungle seems a bit annoying, but it's also played in top lane. I've refrained from looking at Yorick too much because they always nerf this sort of shit. Thank you, Meow Meow 69 with Yumi. Yumi nerfs. Deadman's nerfs. Overlord's buffs, who cares? Buffs to Blitz. Bro, why did I get excited by this, guys? Why did I get excited by seeing the picture of RENEKTON on the buff screen? Shen buffs, my Shen. I think Sona... Holy fuck, Sona buffs. Thank God, this champ is ass. They did not add a second buff to RENEKTON, Rexan. Stop lying. Ahri, nerfs. Armor growth, 4.7, 4.2. When she stacks 4k HP, this probably matters. Okay, damage, nerfs, flat, and scaling buffs. Okay, they're nerfing flat base damage Ahri with the empowering. So guys, right now the build with Ahri is like HP and percentage amp damage, right? So now they're nerfing the flat damage, and buffing the scaling. So she's incentivized to build more AP. Look, all the scalings are buffed. So you don't build Roly. They're trying to get away from the Roly Andrews build and just build AP, like Death Cap and shit, you know? Bring back Burst. That makes sense. Annie, do I care? Guys, what's going on with Annie? Guys, do I give a fuck? So Annie in pro play synergizes really well with champions like Lee Sin and Viego, right? And Xin Zhao and Pantheon. So like she has a niche. She's like a setup champion with like really easy CC. So if she's strong, the reason why Annie was strong in the past was because Annie Tibbers lasted 55 seconds or 45, I don't remember. And she would just place it mid lane and get prior forever. So what did they do to her? But they nerfed it. 70 to 210, 70 to 210, buffed AP scalings, lowered HP. Buffed AP scalings and lowered CD. Buff flat damage on the W. Guys, does this hit any, like, wave clear thresholds where, like, she one-shots backline or some bullshit like this? Guys, I have no idea. I have no idea, like, any damage thresholds and wave clear. Like, I don't. Like, maybe she one-shots backline really easily now, you know? If she clumps wave and Ws. Like, maybe W max Annie is a thing. 7-second cooldown flat. This really... They already maxed W instead of Q? Okay. W should be playing in 2030. Thank you. Summon Tibbers. Flame passive bonus magic penetration. Try Annie support could work. Honestly, I don't know if it does. Because this is like buffing to later points, bro. Like this buffs later points and supports don't get like points. Like this buffs mid lane AP scaling. I don't think it buffs support as much. New passive bonus magic penetration. What? You get passive bonus magic penetration. I feel like they're adding this to a lot of champions now, guys. Yeah. So what they're doing, guys, on Ahri and Annie is they're buffing ratios and nerfing tankiness, and they're trying to incentivize less HP builds and shit like this, like to stack more AP. So she has 15% magic pen now. Flame aura. Nerfed Flame Aura. What the fuck? Wait, any damage nerf is crazy. Look at that. 40 to 16? Tibbers is useless. Guys, Tibbers is useless. Once Tibbers is spawned, it's useless. It's just there for the instacast burst. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, guys, yes, you do get like this, but that still is a buff for the rest of her kit. They've nerfed Tibbers really hard. Last time Annie was broken was because Tibbers was broken, and you just leave her on the map. So now it's a question of, you know, can her burst be enough to justify her existence? We'll see. We'll see. 30% max mana to 35% max mana, 105. I don't give a fuck. Max points Q, like, bro, who cares? I mean, if you land a hook, they're dead anyway, no? Like, I just don't think this matters. I mean, I guess, no, this doesn't fucking matter, bro. A blaze per tick. The buffing brand jungle. Okay. On hit damage. -4. Didn't they already nerf this, chat? Wait, what? Guys, why can't I drag a tab off? There we go. So, Gwen Wiki lol. If I look at Gwen Wiki, how many nerfs have they done to this fucking dogshit champion? 25.06 initial rework. 25.06 hotfix nerfed. 25.07 nerfed. Nerfed. 25.08 nerfed. Bro, can they just revert? Thoughts? On hit damage lowered by 4. I hope that means she'll stat check you less. But guys, this equalizes out at level 13 again. Once you've maxed E second. Once you've maxed E second, like you're back to being the same champion. But early game will matter, right? Because you're gonna have like for 12 levels, like you're gonna have lower damage. I mean, does it matter? 4 damage. Hui buffs are Monka? Really? Okay, spell, passive down. Oh, the Hui passive is like, bro, I swear, Hui passive kind of defines his kit. Like, in chokes, fighting with Hui is crazy. Damage 30 to 180. 35 to 230? Bro, what? Based on level, no support Hui. Wait, this is so broken, no? Guys, this is so broken. This is insane, no? Because you get multiple passive procs in a fight as well, and they hit multi-man. Like, they hit multi-man, AoE, and you get multiple passive procs. I think that's crazy, guys. I think we'll see Hui. Alright. Lulu! -30 HP. Good riddance. I mean, I just nerfs Battle Lulu a little bit, right? I mean, in these... So what this does, guys, is like in these volatile lanes where it's like range v range, and I suppose when she gets hooked, she's just squishy in the early game. Right? Nice. Mel buffs. Mel is trash, dude. Dude, Mel is garbage. Mel is actual doo-doo, so I understand. Mel is fucking terrible, bro. 50 to 825. 5 to 20. Yeah, sure. Do your thing, mate. Do I need to say anything? Guys, do I need to say anything? Do I need to say anything at all? RENEKTON has been underperforming and has been less present in pro play lately, giving us a small room for some room for a small buff in solo queue. RENEKTON's a dominant laner, so we're talking about a kid that won't back his lane. Lumphao! Okay, Q slow, moving away from Shen. Despite recent increases to his tower damage. Bro, do you think Shen ever hits tower? Oh my god, bro. They're writing this like they assumed Shen tower damage matters. He never hits tower, bro. Anyway, Q, slowing when moving away from Shen, 15 to 25. I mean, this also, guys, you have to factor in that Dead Man's Plate is being nerfed, yeah? And that's a core item on Shen right now. But this is a big buff. This is a big buff. A really big buff, chat. Slows, convert into more autos, convert more damage, more kills. It's big. 16 seconds flat, always a really broken change to nerf max abilities like later on. Like at base levels, really broken. This will block another auto attack in lane every single time it's up. Really good in matchups, which is super, like, I mean, it's just every matchup. It's really broken, right? Nice. Singed per target cooldown 10 to 8. I mean, it's just a scaling buff, right? Am I wrong? I suppose it applies on... No, this is just a scaling buff, right? Am I tripping? I don't know what the fuck this... Guys, I'm not knowledgeable enough about Singed. I'm not even about thinking about it. I don't know what the fuck Singed is. Just... I don't know. It doesn't change as early. I mean, it's a lower cooldown than his enemy early, no? As well. Like, it's lower cooldown as enemy early, but, like, I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, Singed laning is so trash. I don't think it matters. Sona! Worst champ in the fucking game. Buffed. Goods. Singed can lane. Maybe I'm biased, but I feel like this is half the roster. Like, guys, if you look at... Like... Does Singed lane versus these champs? No. I don't think Conqueror makes any sense, guys. Like, sorry, I don't think Conqueror makes sense that you beat these laners. You don't. Like, you just don't, guys. Singed don't. Singed don't. He doesn't win lane. Like, he doesn't. But, anyway. Q. Bolt damage buffed. Good. Syndra changes. Do we care? Fine. Slows. Nerfed. Why? Is Syndra problematic? Syndra is nerfed with the slow. We're adjusting Syndra's incentives to make her more of a burst mage and less of a high uptime, full mobility kiter who relies on high haste to whittle opponents down. So they're making her more burst magey. I feel like overall, they're hitting mid lane. They've decided mid laners need to do more damage and be less tanky, which is fair enough. I hate how tanky they are as well. Damage. $75, $60, $235, $200. Wait, what? So AP ratio's up, flat damage, giga nerfed. I always forget. The Syndra's max W or E second? I always forget. Max W second. Okay. So... Okay. And then damage per sphere, 100 to 180 to 90 to 1... Bro, isn't she just nerfed? You get 3% AP ratio on ult and a 15%... Like, isn't she just giga fucking nerfed? Or am I, like, tripping balls? Like, am I underestimating a 15% AP ratio? Per 100 AP, you get 15 more... Like, am I... Is that the math? Yeah, it's better if you have all balls for ult. Okay. It's buffed to full AP. Okay. Buster shot. 275, 22. What? Bro, what? Yo, they're gutting Tristana. 50 damage off of early ult? It's crazy. The fuck? Nice, I hate Trist. Alright. Xerath buffs. Who cares? Cooldown reduction. Bro, Xerath got adjusted last patch? I forgot. Cooldown reduction per kill. 2.5 to 3.5. Damage. 70 to 75. Bro, who cares? Like, I don't give a fuck about Xerath, man. The base damage. Plus 5. Just whatever, man. Chain lightning damage. 25% total AD, 30% total AD. I think this matters. This matters in teamfights, I think. Lulu nerfs, though. I don't think Zeri's in that bad of a state. I don't think Zeri's amazing, but I think she's pickable. So it's nice. I don't think it's bad at all. Like, it's like level 6 onwards, right? Like, it's not like you have to get a crazy high level for it. Isn't Lulu nerfs just 30 HP? Yeah, but like... You could be bullied out of lane easier in like range lanes. You can die easier versus hook champs. I feel like, you know, it might be harder to scale on average, right? But it's okay. Okay. 30% AD. Interesting. Yone! They're nerfing the W. 14% max HP. Sorry, 10 to 8, 14 to 12. Not bad, chat. Not bad. Considering how spammable this is, I'm happy. I'm happy. This is so spammable, I'll take a nerf on that. This champ's annoying, dude. Good, good, good. Super spammable ability. Sometimes you're forced to trade through the shield. You can't just back off. Like, I think it's good. Alright, monster damage nerfed. Mark damage. Damage 10. I'm not going to think about York, chat. Like, I can't keep up with it. Like, it's just fucking awful. Damage fall off to secondary targets removed. Oh, did they realize that, like, making... So what were they going to do? Wait, what are they going to do? Wait, so she just does flat AoE damage in an AoE? On a Q? There's no secondary damage? Ew! She kills casters from level 6 onwards in one hit. Huh. Interesting. Well, that sounds nasty. I can't wait to see Zoe. Chat, I don't know anything about Zoe. In all the time I've been a caster, clickbait title. What do you mean clickbait title? No name. What are you talking about? I'm learning. Yo, no name. I'm learning support role. It says challenger top laner. Yo, look, listen. I have been once in my life, and I'm allowed to claim it for the rest of my life. That's what people do. You know how many fucking master tier fucking players in their Twitter bio say challenger pro player for Spain or France? I'm doing it too. It's not bad. 25 to 20 to 110. Yeah, in all the time I've been a caster and a pro player, Zoe's never been meta, so I really don't know that much about Zoe. Like, Zoe's one I have to learn about. I don't know, like, Zoe pairings. Usually with poke champs, you just want a frontline to allow the poke champ to have time to poke. I don't know what the fuck you pair with Zoe. I don't know what the fuck niche she fills. I have no idea. Or what she's good into and stuff. Okay. 25 to 20. Wait, what? They're nerfing? Wait. Have I missed something? Since when is Yumi one of the best supports recently? Have I missed something? Huh? Since when was that a thing? 80 to 65? Bro, what? Huh? The fuck? Okay, crit bloom buff. Yeah, this item was just never built. This item was just never built when you need a pen. Void stuff all the way every single time from everyone. Now ability haste 15 to 20. I think it still will never be built. Dead Man's Plate nerfs. This item is really OP. And remember, it's like it's also a nerf to Shen, who's getting buffed again. Man, imagine being Bardonet, chat. Chat, imagine being Bardonet, seeing your item build nerfed, seeing fucking support items removed. 15 to 18 lethality. This is big. Range lethality nerfed. Melee lethality the same. But flat lethality is the same to compensate for the range lethality nerf, which is overall still higher by 1. So on melees, the opportunity is just 18 lethality is like the upper cap of like how much lethality these items give, right? I think 18 lethality is the most you can get from a lethality item. So I think opportunity is just good now, chat. Like, yeah, this is Talon buff. This is like, I mean, it's a buff to all lethality champs, right? Same as Yomu's out? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's also, Collector used to be 18 as well. Let's queue up. Mods, how long do I have before Thingy plays? How long until WE plays? How long do I have? Because I don't want to queue up if, I want to watch WE versus Top Esports, so I don't want to queue up if I'm going to miss it. Like, what is this? 10 minutes? Alright, we won't queue. Like 30 minutes. Rexan, I don't trust you, mate. Oh, I don't know if you're still here. No name? No name. No name EUW. My plan is I'm going to prepare to be a coach, Guys, No Name is a jungler, a goat jungler, playing in the TCL right now. And I'm gonna look to become a coach in the summer, No Name, and I'm prepared loads of resources because I've asked you and a couple of other pro players like in Spain and shit, and they said like, you know, prepare a bunch of resources like concepts and shit that you can take to a team, and yeah, and I'm gonna get on top of the meta and shit. I think that's my plan, and then for summer I'll find a team because it's gonna be my first split, so I'm gonna make sure I do it well, you know. Okay, base, but who cares, guys? Overlords is such a dog shit item. Like, how big is this change? Because it has to be really big. Guys, Overlords is such a bad item unless you're playing fucking set that it needs to be such a big change to matter, to even care about reading it. You know what I mean? I suppose Scion as well, yeah. But this is where it matters. ARAM changes. Okay. Pike damage taken, 90%. Broken. Coral duration, 40 seconds. R cooldown. Severe damage dealt, 93%. I think Severe is pretty good in ARAM. Lux ultimate cooldown. Lux knows. Giga cringe poke players, chat. If you play poke champs in ARAM, you're unreal cringe. Guys, okay, listen up. There's this fabled ARAM. There's a fabled ARAM that you do once every 200 blue moons, okay? And it's where everyone locks in a melee champ and goes snowball flash, and they're all low damage, and you're all just hitting each other. And it's the most fun you can have, and you get this legit once every 1,000 games. Actual fucking rare goat game. But it never happens. It's so rare. What is this? I got a DM from someone. I got a DM from No Name. Okay. What am I looking at? He said he gave me a thumbs up reaction. Thank you, mate. What is this? Here's the Yunara DNA team. No, what the fuck? No, bro, don't, no. We are not making Yunara's gameplay designed by the Ambessa Smolder Acel person. No, there is no way. Dude, these are the worst. Okay, granted, I think Ambessa is not bad. But, okay, it's a little bit bad. But, Smolder was the worst by far. Chat, agreed? Smolder was the worst by far. Okay, there's my patch notes done. Like, if they've learned from their Smolder mistake,